with Jamie Bowl starts now.
Give you a live look outside right now. This is the view from Bank of America Stadium. We have seen a lot of this lately, right? Cloudy, dreary, rainy. Thanks for staying with us here at 7:30. And in places, the rain has been too much too often. Have you seen some of the video from the Raleigh area? Take a look here. They were hit with flash flooding again last night. Water crossing roadways, filling up parking lots, submerging cars.
There was water all over, so we all came here to rescue the cars as much as we can, but it was all full, so the lane over there, most of the cars are all damaged right now.
Now, we haven't seen anything like that in the Charlotte area today, but many neighborhoods, they did get another soaking. In fact, this is a graph here. It shows the rain totals at the McKee Road Fire Station. The county's gauge shows about an inch of rain here over the last 24 hours. And if you go back over the last week, when you add it all up, this part of southeast Charlotte near 485 and Providence has seen more than 2.5 inches of rain. All that water, well, it's got to go somewhere. We have seen rising water levels on all the creeks around here, and a lot of it then eventually ends up in the Catawba River.
So Charlotte, this region doesn't exist without the Catawba River. This is the ancestral homeland of the Catawba Nation, but it provides drinking water, not just drinking water for our whole region, but a lot of energy as well, looking at hydro, nuclear. None of that happens here. No, there's no Duke Energy without the Catawba River.
Yeah, Ryan Carter is with the Catawba River Keeper, an organization that works to protect the river that supplies our drinking water, the power that lights our homes, not to mention recreation. And its health takes a hit when we see this kind of rainy weather.
We've seen a lot of rain lately, and that can be certainly beneficial. But when we start to see these several days of rain in a row, what worries you about that?
Yes, runoff. That is the big concern. We know that 1 inch of rain on 1 acre of impervious surface, or a lot of times parking lot, that 1 acre, if we get 1 inch of rain, that's 27,000 gallons of runoff. And a lot of times it doesn't all go to the magical land of Oz where it's treated, it's slowed down. It goes right into our creeks.
What's in that runoff as it makes its way into our waterways? What's in there?
So that first flush, that first inch of rain, our education program calls it urban stew. So everything from brake dust to oil to your annoying neighbor that doesn't pick up their dog droppings after they use the restroom. Anything fertilizers, Roundup, anything that is on the ground that hasn't been absorbed into the soil gets into our water, gets into our streams, and then gets into your downstream neighbors drinking water.
I know you guys do lots of testing right along the Catawba. What are you finding so far this summer?
Yeah, so it's been pretty good so far, but water quality goes down when the volume and amount of rain increases. So after big weather events, we do our swim guide report. So go out and collect samples, and everything's fine when it's not raining. But usually right after that rain event, we see a lot of runoff pollutants, sewer overflows. And then a couple days later, there's increased likelihood of algal blooms with all that runoff, all those pollutions settling out into the water like we've seen on Lake Norman this summer.
So yeah, let's talk more about that. You heard Ryan mention sewer runoffs. We do see it a lot when we get days of heavy rain, and it can lead to unsafe levels of E. coli in the water. The Catawba River Keeper does weekly testing all up and down the waterway. And this right here shows the most recent readings that were taken from the Lake Wylie area. This was from Friday. So you see a lot of green, right? That's good. It's safe to get in the water. But there are also a couple of places up here where you see, notice it's red. The Baltimore access and the boathouse, that is blinking red right now, meaning the E. coli in that area is really high. And with more rain this week, we could see even more of this.
Does that mean we should avoid getting into the water, at this point right now, once, the weather finally does clear again?
Yeah, I would say use caution and check regularly with Catawba River Keeper's swim guide reports. That's the best place to go. We post every Thursday, Friday on social media and check on our website as well. But that's your most comprehensive, best idea of is it safe to swim or not? And we're happy to answer those questions.
And if the E. coli rates do become too high, the levels become too high, what's the risk to us?
Yeah, so anytime you consume water, that gets into your digestive system. So upset stomach, any sort of illness, and then any open wounds. That's a high risk of bacterial infection. So open toes are fine, open wounds are not, particularly when there's high E. coli levels.
Yeah, something to keep in mind over the next few days. So what can we do to help mitigate some of these runoff problems? We're going to explore that coming up tomorrow night here at 7:30. Make sure you tune back in. Speaking of the rain, we are